gave me works great. I've been hard for like 9 hours.
No, Frodo. You're not wearing it right. Here, let me take it off.
No! Kick it.
The Arlington Convention Center goes football all the way, September 11th. Brought to you by Norris, Autoflex Leasing, and Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket.
Good afternoon, everybody. You're listening to The Hardline. This is Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket. It is Guys Night Out. We are out here today at the Cape Buffalo Grill in far north Dallas. We are less than an hour away from getting the Ticket Olympics up and running, getting round tables accompanying said Olympics up and running. And if you'd like to come out and check it all out, the Cape Buffalo Grill can be found at Trinity Mills at Addison Road, a stone's throw west of the tollway up here in far north Dallas. Well, there is something that we've had on the table for really all week, Grego, and we haven't gotten around to it yet. It is time that we did. And that is the event that I'm calling Cobra's Last Stand.
Snape. Coda.
So let's bring Cobra on now.
Snape.
Because Cobra had a very big weekend last weekend. Or at least that was the plan.
Yes.
Because he went to Jones Beach up in New York on Long Island, and tell them why. Tell them what the attraction was.
To go see the Dead. Not the Grateful Dead. The Dead.
To go see the Dead. And you're how old now?
34.
34 years old.
Snape.
Mm-hmm.
You're married,
Cool.
right?
Barely.
Quota.
And surely sooner or later, probably sooner rather than later, it's going to be a time to turn some serious attention to the baby making that your parents and your wife's mother and your wife want you to do, right?
We'll see.
I don't know if they're interested in the actual making of it.
Yeah, they're not going to be like hovering around the window.
They'll probably be glad when she's pregnant, but
Right. They're interested in the product of that.
not the process.
Yeah. Now, is that why you're thinking this is my last stand because I'm going to have a kid?
Yes.
Are you thinking...
Well, just really all of those things. I mean, you're getting to the age where you just don't do this
Snape.
type of thing anymore, that type of thing.
The guys I went with were all 39 or 40.
Well, they're probably on their
They've
last
had it
stand,
too.
Oh.
Well, you just take it from here and tell us about your week with the Dead.
I can't imagine a more perfect weekend. Because you have to remember, last weekend was the hurricane weekend, first off.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't even think we were going to make our flight out because there was rain up and down the eastern seaboard. Up and down. Well, we made it, got out of there on time, went to our hotel. One of my buddy's wives works for the Wyndham.
Mm-hmm.
They got us like a super cheap room, like $65 at a Wyndham resort on a golf course. We had our own room.
Out on Long Island?
On Long Island. I told you before, another guy's wife works for a company that got us a car that drove us around to the concert, not a limo.
And what kind of car was this?
It was like a Lincoln Town car.
Of course it was. Otherwise known as a limo.
No, it wasn't a limo.
So we get in our Lincoln Town car and we stay in our Wyndham Hotel. And
Wyndham
we go,
Resort.
Wyndham Resort.
Hey, this was all...
And we go see the Dead.
It was all on the cheap, man. It wasn't like we were spending a lot of money.
We're not worried about the cost.
Well, I
See,
was.
it's not
I don't
the
have a
co-
lot of money to spend.
It's not the cost that's...
We're worried about the
problem.
spirit of the Dead, which you're not upholding, and the spirit of Captain Trips.
It's the scene.
Well,
I bet you Jerry Garcia was never in a limo in his whole life.
you think the guy was worth about $150 million.
Right. And you know what? And he never left his roots.
Yeah, right.
That's right. He stayed true to it to the end.
That's why he had a winery.
Well, yeah, he had to make a living.
That was music.
Right.
That's why he had ties.
Our driver picks us up at the hotel. We got, tons of beer
Listen
stashed
to how
away.
that sounds, Runs. Our driver picked us up.
Jenkins, let's go to the Dead concert.
It was free. We'd have to pay a penny.
Yeah, but
you wouldn't have done that.
But what about
We're not
the
talking
Volkswagen
about
bus?
us.
What about the Volkswagen bus?
I don't own one.
What about sleeping on the ground in the parking lot?
I never did that. I went to see the Dead 6 times when I was in college. I never took a VW bus cross country, nor did I ever sleep on the ground. No one does that.
Everybody does.
So we're driving.
The true Dead fan does that.
It is.
And the true Dead fan is ready and eager to do that for the Dead.
It is
But not
pouring,
you, right?
pouring rain on the way up to Jones Beach.
What are you worried about?
Well, we got
You're
a
in your
poncho.
limo.
Got a poncho. And as soon as we get out, there's no parking lot scene, which I think is half the fun.
So we have a limo, we have the Wyndham Resort, and we have a poncho.
Yeah, we have a poncho.
Can you close the sunroof, James? No problem, Mr. Snake.
Cobra.
We get out there and we go straight into the venue, and that's when I talked to you guys last on Fridays. We were inside the venue waiting for the show to start. A ball-buster rainstorm. And we get down to our seats. The band, Warren Haynes, opens up for the Dead. He gets out there with an acoustic guitar. Warren Haynes from the Allman Brothers gets out there with acoustic and just plays 10, 12 songs. Then we're on about the 10th row at this place, which is a great, great amphitheater. And the Dead comes on, and they proceed to noodle their ass around for about 3 or 4 hours. They played, I think, about 6 songs that I really recognized. It was a weird show. One of the guys that I went with...
So all of this for 6 songs, huh?
One of the guys I went with, he goes, you know what? We're in for a weird night.
Whoa,
Danny, does this sound like fun to you?
No.
6 songs in 3 hours?
Yeah.
Or just 6 songs you
that
recognize?
I knew. No, they played 20 songs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, 22.
Does that sound like fun to you, Grego?
Not in the least.
Well, it was. I haven't seen him in a long time, and it was really weird because you guys know the song Uncle John's Band by any chance?
Yeah, I do.
They played that, and the place went nuts.
Yeah, it was one everybody recognized.
Well, yeah. They played 2 songs.
I guess if he's hanging out with good buddies that he hasn't seen in a while, you could pretty much be anywhere and make it fun.
Yeah.
But if you were going up there for a musical-only experience, I think this is a bad way to do it.
Well, it was everything. You gotta include everything into this. And then they played Franklin's Tower, which you guys have back there, I think.
I do. Give me a second, and here we go. You hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it okay.
That's good.
And
barely make anything out of it.
now, this is a Jerry song. And so's Uncle John's Band. And it was weird. They just, instead of Jerry singing, they either harmonized, or Warren Haynes would sing, or Bob Weir would sing. And it didn't matter. I'm telling you, it was weird with Jerry not being there, but it really didn't matter. So they noodled around for literally 3 or 4 hours, and we left, and we were like, that was not a good show. It was very average. And then we all decided that most of those jam bands, they'll put out a stinker show, and then the next night, they'll tear it up. Which is exactly what they did Saturday night. Saturday night...
As if they know it. As if they know, hey, you know what? We weren't real good last night, so let's strap it on.
And they did. And it was a greatest hits festival. It was sunny. The hurricane was on its way up, by the way. Charlie was on its way up. And so we were scared that the thing was going to get hurricaned out. But it never really hit. And the parking lot scene was in full throttle on Saturday. And you wonder what kind of people show up for these shows now. You think it's like the hippies and, driving their VW bus.
Yeah.
There's probably, they're playing venues now of about 15,000. There's probably about between 500 and 1,000 people that travel with them every show. And those are your hardcores. In the past, there were probably about 3,000 or 4,000 that traveled with them everywhere. Now there's, it's obviously lessened in the 10 years since they've been a band together. But those 500 to 1,000, they had the VW bus out. They were cooking grilled cheese, which I ate. They were cooking burritos, which I ate. There were bands out there playing Dead tunes in the parking lot. I mean, it is a scene.
She had a burrito and a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, and the guy when he was cooking up grilled cheese sandwiches, we were like, well, how much you want? He was like, whatever you can help me to get me to the next show, man. So I just flipped him a couple of bucks. I mean, these people go show to show, and they'll go the entire tour. But the majority of people, I was on the young,
and they're probably a lot happier than we are.
Probably so. I was on the young end of the thing. I mean, I was one of the younger people in the crowd. I bet the average age was 36, 37. And, you know, most of the people were in their mid-40s or early 40s, and just like we were doing, just got a group together and went to see the band that they, you know, loved when they were in college.
So this was fun for you?
It was an absolute blast.
That you would do again in a minute?
I would leave tonight if I could get it strung together. I would leave in a heartbeat.
So this is far from your last stand.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm going down to Austin City Limits, but that's with the wife. It's a little different when you hang out with the wife than with your buddies.
Really?
You think?
How?
The second night, Gregor, you need to help me out with this conversion. They bought a 1.75-liter bottle of vodka.
Okay.
You know that giant, I mean, it's like that tall.
All right, I'll tell you what. We got another segment of this here, don't we?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's take a break here, and then we'll find out what Cobra did with his 1.75-liter bottle of vodka here on the ticket.
Mm-hmm. The Buck stops here. Fridays at 10:50, it's Ranger Manager Buck Showalter with Norm Hitzges. Brought to you by Discount Tire and Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket.
Here, somebody read the 40-liner.
Why, you're eating?
Mm-hmm.
The Ticket crew and to be announced talent will be at Big Willie's, 12,000 South Freeway, at 1187 in Fort Worth. You can get Ticket T-shirts. Big Willie's is a gas station with 16 pumps, a car wash with big stalls and large parking area. Desirable Image Lowrider Club will be having a car show from 4:30 to 7. There'll be 20 different cars on site for viewing. Come on out and see what kind of specials these guys have running. That's Saturday, August the 21st at Big Willie's in Fort Worth. Saturday, 5 to 7.
Awesome.
All right, let's continue with Cobra's story of his big weekend with the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't...
And his 1.75-liter bottle of tequila.
I think that you honestly thought that I wouldn't have fun because this was like...
I thought it would be too big of a whip for you.
No. I have very few interests in life. Matter of fact, I can narrow them down to 5. And that's one of them. Going to concerts, OU football.
That's a waste.
Drinking.
NASCAR.
Golf. Running.
And elephants.
And elephants.
And drinking.
Well, that kind of goes in with OU football, concerts, and golf. Maybe that's why I like them all. But that's all I like to do. I don't have very many interests. I like going on vacations and stuff like that. But as far as just stuff that I can do, that's it. I mean, you guys don't have many interests.
Sex?
I'm not interested in that anymore. You kidding me? I like to do.
That's not what you say off the air.
I just like to do fun things with my friends, you know?
Off the air, you say it's all about one thing and one thing only.
Right.
Sex?
Nookie. So I don't know when I'm going to get tired of going to these types of shows, though, like going and seeing Widespread. I'm so excited for Widespread to come back next year. I mean, I want to go, like, in the winter to see their first show.
But only in a limo and only if you get a hotel, right?
Okay, so you're telling me if you go see a concert, when you were in Boston and saw
if I go to a concert,
Steely Dan, you didn't stay at a hotel?
If I go to a concert, I'm going in a Volkswagen bus and I'm sleeping in the parking lot.
Such crap.
That is a fact. If I go to the Dead, I'm going to do the Dead experience.
All right.
I'm going in a Volkswagen bus with a bunch of people who are torching Buell all around me.
Wow.
And I'm sleeping in a parking lot.
Now, there was lots of Buell being torched all around. There's no question about that. That's still a mainstay at the Dead Show. But, I mean, as far as just sheer fun, you can't, from my perspective, you can't beat that.
And let me just get one thing straight. Yes, when I saw Steely Dan in Boston, I stayed in a hotel, but I was not up there to see them. I didn't even know they were playing there when I went up there. I had no idea.
See, I don't know many people who travel to see concerts. I like to do that. Do you like to do that?
I've done it a few times. I mean, I went to Las Vegas to see Paul McCartney.
Did you sleep on the lawn?
No, I mean, I was in a luxury suite hotel and had second row seats. Hey, but, you know, I make no bones. When I go to concerts, I mean, I want good seats, and if there's a limo to be, I'll go in it.
Right.
But that's me.
And me.
No, that's not you. You want the scene.
No, I do want the scene.
Hey, nobody likes luxury more than me.
I love the scene. And the scene was there, man. Those freaks, they still do it. And I got a lot of respect for those people who travel show to show. And it's so stereotypical. I mean, they're like, can we get you a burrito, man? Talk like that? No, I'm all right. All right, man, have a good show. You're like, okay.
Have a good show.
Yes, have a good show, meaning hopefully they play the songs that you like. Because at a Dead Show, if you see them on a Monday, you won't hear that song again until 6 concerts later.
Now, actually, probably what that means is do the right amount and the right mixture of drugs, and hopefully the music will sound good.
All right, we didn't do any drugs, but we bought this vodka, 1.75 liters of vodka.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, 2 drinks, 2 mixed drinks. Now, they were stiff drinks. So the other 3 people basically that I was with drank that. They started at 4:30 in the afternoon. The bottle was empty at 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Gone. 1.75 liters.
What kind of was it? What kind of?
Grey Goose.
That's a good vodka.
Gone.
You're not going to get sick on that. And 1.75, that costs you about $40 for that.
Yeah.
Pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Good. It's not like you're getting, well, I'm not going to say any kind of.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I'm sure there'll be a sponsor.
Right. So these guys were just plowed. I mean, plowed.
Well, what were they drinking it with? Like 7-Up or?
Soda, vodka soda.
Or were they
vodka
getting the soda?
tonic. Well, they drank most of it out in the parking lot, and then we snuck it in. Put it in little flasks and stuff and snuck it in like we were 20 years old.
Like
Straight.
7-Up or? Oh, dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, this does not sound like fun to me.
Well, it probably wouldn't have been fun for you. You don't like
Does
the
it
Dead.
sound like fun to you, Grego?
No. I mean, because I don't like that scene. I mean, I don't like to be around people that stink.
But if it was a Steely Dan show,
Quota.
you know, there's no difference.
All right, if it was a Steely Dan show, I probably wouldn't go to such great lengths to go to it because there's probably a greater than 0 chance they're going to be coming around here.
Well, you know what? There's a 0% chance that the Dead's coming here. They won't do it. They're not coming here. And so we had to get away.
Why won't they come here?
They haven't been here since '88.
Why? I mean,
Jerry died.
Because people hate them here.
They don't hate them.
Yeah, they do.
It's just it's never been a big Southern.
Yeah, they do. Look out there, man. Everybody out there hates the Grateful Dead. Every one of them.
Well, why wouldn't they come?
Look at that guy over there in the blue shirt. He hates the Grateful Dead.
You know what? 19 out of 20 people
Look
hate
at that
the
guy
Dead.
out there in the straw hat. The guy taking that pull off of his beer. He hates the Grateful Dead.
Well, there's plenty.
I notice you're pointing out specific people, Rhines,
Yeah.
which are.
Yeah, the brothers.
Now there were
How many black guys did you see?
probably 4 or 5.
There? And were they parking cars?
No, they weren't parking cars. By the way, they played this song, Box of Rain. You know this song, Mike?
No, I don't know this
This is a
song.
great song.
Man, it is.
This is off the only album that I think is worthy.
And they played 4 songs off American
I
Beauty
love American
on Saturday. And the Saturday show was total greatest hits.
Did they do Touch of Grey?
No, they didn't do Touch of Grey.
They
How
did-
can it be greatest?
Did they do
hits?
trucking?
They did Truckin'.
They ought to do Touch of Grey and actually have Jerry Garcia's skeleton come out there and reenact the
truck,
video.
Right, that's what they should do.
And Bob Weir, by the way, he looks so old.
Well,
He's
he is.
totally gray. He's got a huge gray beard. He comes out there in his Birks and his shorts and his T-shirt. By the way, their drummer was wearing a Dead T-shirt. That's the only band I've ever seen where the member is wearing their band's logo.
Band T-shirt?
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. You can get away with it.
I saw Glenn Fry wear an Eagles T-shirt one time.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they played. It was funny. They played Truckin'. I was like, man, I hadn't heard them play a lot of the songs they played before.
Did they play Nipple?
Ripple.
What'd I say?
You said Nipple.
All right, Corby, I have a couple questions for you. How long did they play? How long was the concert?
It's about 3.5 hours.
They sold out, man. They used to be 5 hours.
Yeah, man.
And you're saying that during the 3.5 hours you were entertained the whole time?
Yeah, well, see, that's another thing. We had these VIP passes.
Oh, is that a...
Huh. Boy, you didn't really tell us about that up front.
All right,
talking about burying the lead.
All right, let's review our inventory here. There is the suite at the what? What hotel?
The Wyndham
Suite. There is the limo.
Oh, yeah, nothing says the Dead experience like a suite at the window.
Right. There is the poncho to keep the rain away.
Everyone had ponchos.
There is the second row seat, and now we have the VIP pass thrown in.
Somebody has to sit on the second row.
Yeah, that's usually reserved for the people out there making the peanut butter and pot sandwiches that really like that stuff. Not the guy that flies in and has VIP passes and stays in the Wyndham Suite.
Yeah.
And how'd you get to and from the concert?
Limo.
Not a limo. It was a,
Okay.
We had a driver driving.
Oh, yeah, driver.
Yeah.
Jenkins.
Hey, would you not have done the same thing?
Does this sound like somebody really committed to the Dead? Do you, Gordon?
No.
Okay, once
This
again.
is, you know what this is? This is cultural slumming for Corby. This is
Exactly
the
what it
rich
is.
person who likes to pretend that
Okay,
he's...
all right. And once again, we're not talking about us, okay? Because if you're talking about me, yes, I'm like Dion. I want limos.
That's right.
And I want to stay in a luxury hotel. I want a VIP pass, and I want a second row. I want that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm entitled to it.
I want whores. I want cocaine.
Yes.
I want to relive my 80s.
I want all of that. But that's me. But I don't go to great lengths pretending that I'm this guy that goes
Not
out there.
pretending.
Ron, does he not try to go to great lengths to think that he's one of those dead people that goes out there
course he does.
and he eats the peanut butter and pot sandwiches
he takes
and the
such
burritos?
great pride in positioning himself as this guy who's seen the Dead all these times and being one of the few Grateful Dead fans around here to begin with.
Right. So that's why you're getting ripped, not because you got the limo, or because I'd want it too.
You just got to
So
be
would
what
Ryan.
you are, man.
And you're just playing both sides of it.
Right. Hey, you know what? I would have flown up there and done the whole Dead thing. My buddies arranged all this. What am I going to say?
Boy,
No.
that is just
No,
such
I
a
want a VW
cop-out.
bus. I don't want a VIP ticket so I can go get free beer.
That's so easy for you to.
I don't want that or free food.
That is
I don't
just
want
so
that.
easy
You had
for
free
you to
beer and
blame
free
it.
food.
For you to
Yes.
blame it on them.
And then the next day you played golf, didn't you?
No, we didn't play golf.
Oh, you didn't?
You know what you
But
should
you
have
were
done?
ready to, right?
You know, if
We
you
didn't
were
take our club.
if you were a real fan and committed, you know what you'd have done? You'd have gone right in that VIP room. You would have loaded up as much food and beer as you could carry.
And distributed
you'd
it to
have
the masses.
Thank you, Gordo.
That's
You'd
right.
have taken it right to that parking lot, and you'd have given it to the guy that's trying to make it to the next show,
Right.
churning out burritos.
That's what Jesus would have
Had
done.
a stuff that he bought at Food for Less, I'm sure.
That's
what
what
Costco.
Jesus
That's what
would have done.
Jesus would have done, too.
Actually, they didn't allow you to take food or beer out of the VIP area.
Okay,
They would have allowed Jesus to do that.
even better.
Good point.
Even better because you would have been going against the man.
Yeah.
Going against the guy. You're not supposed to take food out. Well, we're going to
Yeah,
sneak
what
it
happened to the
out.
spirit of off the pigs? Huh?
That's your
Where's
generation,
that?
not mine.
That's the Dead's
That's their
generation.
generation.
Yeah, where's you dipping a rag into somebody's blood and writing Helter Skelter on the wall?
Yeah. How
What
about
did you
that?
just? What did you just say, Gord? Jesus smokes pot.
Oh,
no,
Gordon.
not me.
That was you.
Clearly Fernando.
What?
clearly Fernando.
Jesus
But I'll tell you
smokes
this.
pot.
I will be back there next year, hopefully same place or same time at
Okay.
Jones Beach.
Okay, this time. Okay, hold on. This time, you make the arrangements next time. You make the arrangements and don't let your buddies do it. And I want you to. I'm going to allow you to fly.
Thank you.
Okay? But once you do that, There will be no Wyndham Suite.
By the way, we flew first class.
There will be no Wyndham Suite. There will be no second row seats. There will be general admission. There will be no VIP passes. And there certainly won't be a car service.
By the way, crank this up. This is the last
You'll
song.
be hitchhiking.
Hey, Ryan, do you remember when we went to Cooperstown and I drove up and went to Woodstock? I went to Woodstock and I rented a VW on purpose. It wasn't a bus because they didn't make them anymore, but I rented a VW.
Right, that's all they had
And I
up
went
in the
up
lot.
there and I slept on a $5 Mexican blanket that I bought at Woodstock and slept on the ground because I wanted the full experience.
Oh,
The next night they burned the place down.
Look, I've camped at widespread shows. I've camped at dead shows.
Okay, exactly. That's what you used to do. That's why you're making an argument by saying now that you don't do that anymore. You've sold out.
Yeah.
Okay, then admit it.
It's
because
more
you're not
fun this
admitting it.
way. I don't have to admit anything.
Okay, Ron.
I've done all that.
Oh, man, you're just...
But what happened to the true spirit of the dead here?
And what happened to you telling the truth about pot smoking? I heard this. There were no drugs there.
Is that really a drug? And if Jesus did it,
Whoa,
Man.
hey, he said it.
Who did?
Gordon.
How did I say it?
Jesus smokes pot.
Gordo, he's got you.
And he says it in the present tense.
Right.
I would like he smoked pot. At least I did it in the past tense.
Yeah, because I think he's still alive.
Oh,
That's what's going to get me into
All right, 5:51 here on Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket.
You're all invited next time.
Jesus
Yes.
lives, Corey.
I know, Gordon.
Well, why did you say
Jesus
smoke?
smokes pot.
Well,
All right.
Gordo, that's not really good coming from a son of a preacher man.
Well, I'd never said I was quoting Corby.
Yeah, from a so-called
No, if you
man
were
of God
quoting
such
me-
as yourself.
If you were quoting me, you'd have used the past tense.
Oh. Why were we saying that?
You were saying that.
Why were we saying that?
I was quoting a song. You
What
were just
song?
throwing something out against the wall, see if it's stuck. Jesus drank gin.
Oh, my gosh, Corby.
Jesus loved to party,
Go ahead.
but he died for your sins.
Okay, that's an odd gospel you're spreading out here at Cape Buffalo.
Luke 4:7. Look it up.
Luke 4:20, man.
All right, coming up next, more funny stuff like that here on The Ticket.
I come into the studio and I tell all these guys this story. Now, in the meantime, Barb had gone back. She goes, I go, what'd you type in? And she finds what she actually typed in, does it again.
Yeah, I went
to
in
make
just
sure
sure.
that it was the porn, and that
Yeah.
was it. So it popped up again.
Yeah, the reason I went back was not because I wanted to look at it again, because I wanted to thought, okay, is this on my computer? Do I have a virus? Has somebody been sitting here looking at it? Am I going to get in trouble for it? I
Right.
just wanted to make sure not to go there again.
So I come into the studio and I'm telling Danny this, and we're getting a chuckle out of it. And then I said, oh, here's a good idea.
What?
Why don't we pull a prank on Barb?
Are you freaking kidding me? You jerks.
And let's not only pull a prank, but let's get IT and our boss involved.
That is not funny.
Yeah, it is.
Barb,
You have
don't you
no
feel
idea
better
how
now?
funny it
Don't
is.
In
you?
this business, at this time, it is not fun to get called into the office and have them, I need to talk to you for a moment. Can you shut the door?
Yeah, it's too bad, isn't
That
it?
is not very nice.
Aren't you happy, though, that now that you found out that it's fake?
I was shaking. I was like, oh, my God, I have to call my husband.
All right, hang on, Barb. Hang on. So I sent Jeff an email, our boss, Jeff Catlin.
The cat.
Yes.
The hated cat.
He needs
Right.
refresher courses in HR.
I said, okay, here's the setup for this afternoon when you speak to Barb, because he called you in the office when you showed up at work, right?
Yes.
I said that IT caught a red flag website from her computer at approximately 4 p.m. on Monday.
You have no idea what that means.
It's like,
It was a pornographic site that contained very shocking images. Explain how extremely serious this is. She'll explain her way out of this by saying she typed in a wrong website, which is fine. She will mention me, Corby. I guarantee it. Ask her if you and Corby were looking at porn together.
yes, he did say that. He asked
Just-
me on numerous times, did Corby make you do this?
Just tell her you have to follow company procedure when something like this occurs. You then break out a standard questionnaire that applies to all red flag violators.
Did you make up the questions he asked me?
Yep.
They're all right here.
You know, I was so nervous when I went in there. I was like, no, yes, sir, no. I just shot off everything. And then after I got out, I was like, why is he asking? That's stuff that's probably not appropriate to ask if it's a real
it's not appropriate at all.
And who did you come to right away? Me.
I went to you because I didn't want you to get in trouble.
She's like, do you got my back on this? You remember what happened, right? Will you go in there and explain that it was just all a mistake and I didn't mean to do that?
Well,
no, and then she goes, you know what? The IP department picked up.
The IP?
What's it called?
IT.
Oh. The thing that I got nervous about, because I said, and I went right back to the site just to make sure. And then I thought, when I sat at my desk, I thought, my God, I didn't go right back. It took like 20 minutes before I went back. And then I went back and asked him, is this on my permanent record I made? Our promotions person stepped out of the room so I could talk to him because I didn't want it to be on my permanent record.
Oh, Barbie. See, it's all fun now.
And
it's
he
all
said,
clean.
I have your file. I go, but is it in my file? He goes, don't worry, I've got your file. It's all taken care of. I said, but is it in my file? And I really wanted to go down and say, these questions should not have been asked.
Jeff is such a jerk. Okay, so here is the audio with Barb.
Oh, my gosh. You taped it?
Of course.
It's against law.
Too bad.
Sue him.
Yeah.
Oh.
See how well that worked out for
You
Followell?
can hear my voice probably quivering. I was so freaking nervous.
All right, let's hear the
Here's
audio.
Barb and Jeff.
Stress makers. All right, here's the deal. I don't know what happened, but every week since I'm the operations manager now, I get an IT report from IT about internet usage in here. Was there some problem on Monday where you had porn on the computer? Or okay.
It was an accident.
Okay.
I was like, oh my God. I told Corby right when it happened, I was like, oh my, I was trying to type in Facebook and I typed in FACBEOOK and I was like, oh crap.
Like a typo?
Yeah, and so I went back to try to find out where that came from, and when I went back in, I saw it, I was like, oh crap.
Okay, yeah, because what happens is the IT department at corporate, they look at all the internet reports and they see the sites and things get red flagged, and then they have to send a report out to the different supervisors and department heads.
Okay.
And it's terribly uncomfortable for you, and it's terribly uncomfortable for me, because we don't have a human resources director, as you know, anymore. But I have to ask, there's standard questions that I have to ask about the usage, and then I have to report back to them, just to let them know that it was an accident, and there's
standard
not a problem,
questions.
and that you don't need help, and all those kind of things. So the question, first of all, were you knowingly looking at internet porn on a work computer?
No.
Okay. Okay. So you weren't viewing any pornographic images while you're on the job?
No.
Do you go to pornographic websites at work?
Never. Well, it was an accident yesterday.
Right.
No.
Right. Okay. Are you addicted to pornography?
I'm very against it.
I'm sorry.
I'm so embarrassed.
But I am embarrassed too, and this is uncomfortable. I'm telling you, I don't like to deal with this. But you and Corby didn't have some plan where you guys were going to look at pornography together.
I was sitting at my desk, and I was like, Facebook, and I was like, oh my God. And I yelled, I go, oh my gosh, I just looked at porn. And Corby was right there, and he started laughing. I was like, crap, how did I do that? So I went back in to look to see what I typed.
She explains herself like 100 times.
What it was, and it shot up again. I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
I even have proof because I wrote on my Facebook, don't type FACBE on here.
Well, that's fine. And like I said, all I have to do now is I'm just following company procedure. So that I can go back and say, yes, I've asked these questions, and it looks like, it's just basically a standard questionnaire. So you're not addicted to porn.
No, I never looked at it in my life except on an accident or whatever.
Okay, so you don't download it or go to it 50 times a day. There's a standard if you those questionnaires that you get if you're in AA, they say, well, if you have more than so many drinks per day, or if you try to hide your drinking or
on my own ever gone to a porn site in my life, except when I worked at Fox 4 News, we had to go look at something for a story.
So you've never been employed by any kind of adult business or pornographic site?
Not a stripper, no. I don't do phone sex calls.
Okay, all right. And you've never had any kind of weird addictions or sexual problems or issues or nymphomania or anything?
No.
Bestiality?
Are you serious? Okay, ask these questions?
And necrophilia.
I don't even know what necrophilia is.
Sex with a dead person.
Oh, no.
So none of those things?
No.
Okay. So that's what I needed to know. I know, I'm sorry.
I got scared because I told her, I was like, am I going to get in trouble? Because that's never popped up before. And then I was going to call Nancy because I know that our computer is hooked up to our
Oh, Nancy Johnson?
Yeah, because I was like, should I report this? Because I remember...
Wait for it.
I think like 4 or 5 years ago, when it was the Big Bun Morning Show, I was in there, and it did the same thing. Like I was like, oh, crap, I just got porn.
And then what I think
And
it said on this report, too, is like
purpose.
all these little pop-up windows came popping up, and so that's what they're...
I know. I was like, I was trying to pop. It was horrible. I was like, oh my god, I can't get rid of it.
All right.
So now I'm thinking I'm going to start getting porn now on my
Well, if you do get
thing
any kind of
because I clicked
pornographic
into
stuff,
something.
just report it to me. Just send me a quick email, and I'll send it to the ID department and say, okay, this is what happened or whatever. So
I'm
they
so
don't.
embarrassed. I'm so
I know.
sorry.
I'm embarrassed too, and that's okay.
No, I don't. I'm not into bestiality. Even though they did say no, that's not bestiality. What is it?
Listen.
That thing that they always played me saying about you're having on Orbeez, but they play the soundbite all the time.
I don't remember that.
Well, it's the thing about sex poop.
Oh, that's like I don't know what that's called. Yeah.
Carl.
That's
See,
not
my thing
bestiality.
because of the
No.
hot Carl thing,
I don't think so.
Hot Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Yes, please.
Please. Okay, great. Thanks.
Sex poop.
Sex poop.
Are you into bestiality? Now, the question I had on here was, have you ever had relations with a farm animal? But I guess he was too scared to ask that.
Oh my gosh.
How could you think that was serious?
Y'all.
I mean, he's asking you about necrophilia.
I was so nervous because he made me shut the door, and I was nervous, and I just wanted to get it all out and explain myself. And then when I sat back at my desk, I thought, I can't believe that they would ask me those questions. And then y'all said you were going to talk about swingers, and I'm like, why am I getting in trouble?
We can do whatever we want.
Get the vision you deserve at the price you can afford. Right now, take $1,000 off your Wavefront Custom View Intralacic procedure. Call today, Booth Eye Care and Laser Center, 214-328-0444.
So let's listen and see what the kids over at Dawson Creek are up to these days.
Tonight on a very last Dawson's Creek.
Oh, no.
Kimberly, I think I know why you don't like me anymore. I'm not mature enough for you.
Yes, Dawson. That's one of many reasons I don't like you. I'm glad you're beginning to realize that.
That's what I mean, Kimberly. You're so smart, and I'm the unsmartest person I know. So I'm going to change right now. I'm going to quit my job at Blockbuster and build a time machine. I've got to get back to high school. It's where I belong.
A time machine? You're so stupid, Dawson. It's insane. What are you thinking?
You're right, Kimberly. It's insane. But high school is the place for me. I've got to get back. They could use my speed at quarterback.
Look, Dawson, why don't you go back and get your teaching certificate? You can teach the high school children the things that you know. You'd be a marvelous educator.
Yeah, and an awesome quarterback, too. I'm going to kick so much ass on the field, I can't wait. Hut 1, hut 2. Oh, man, where's my beer bong?
Dawson, give it up. You can't play football anymore. You're 34 years old.
You're right, Kimberly. It looks like I'll have to play baseball or basketball. But no soccer, that's for losers. Hey, all this talk about sports is making me thirsty. Take your shirt off.
I don't even know what that means. I'm not even pregnant. I'm breaking up with you, Dawson. That's it. I can't take it anymore.
You're right, Kimberly. Hey, when I get my first hit on the baseball team, I'm going to dedicate it to you, my best girl.
Oh, Dawson. I bet you could hit a home run right now.
Once a slut, always a slut.
Wow.
Use your speed at quarterback.
Isn't that funny, Mike?
Stupid.
Why is it stupid, Mike?
In addition to being the world's first 2.5-minute promo.
Yeah, the promos, they kind of wrap themselves up.
It's
You're
more
really
like
not,
a trailer.
Yeah, they don't really leave much to the imagination once the show comes on because it's like a little show in itself, Mike. I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
Yeah,
like a little
I did.
cereal they had before them, like in the old days, before the movies. A little cereal.
All right, so
What else you got?
Seventh Heaven, like we said, it ended its historic run last night. I believe it was on for close to a decade.
This is Fuel and his crazy English mom.
Yeah. And I didn't watch it, unfortunately, but here's a little snippet of what happened.
Tonight, on a special Last Seventh Heaven.
I really think this hot tub is going to help me get more girls. I only hope my mom believes in jacuzzi before marriage, though. Why do I always talk at the beginning of each episode? Oh well, praise the Lord. Mommy? My hot tub? With my friends? And my booze? And where are your clothes? Oh, Mommy, how could you?
Oh, fuel. I've never been in a heated bath jacuzzi before, especially with the person of the opposite sex. These jets are so powerful, it's almost like being with a man. Oh, fuel, I don't think I miss your father anymore.
But, Mommy, why did you have to get in there with my friends?
Oh, Fuley, your friends Skeeter and Goose started daring me to play drinking games, and after my 9th shot of Jagermeister, I agreed to get totally nude. I'd let you talk to Goose, but it seems he's busy performing in the water right now. Oh, it feels so liberating, Fuel. Would you like it better if I wasn't smoking crystal methamphetamines?
Oh, Mommy, that's it. I'm gonna end it all. It's time I killed myself.
Remember, Fuel, God frowns on those who take their own life.
But he smiles on moms who have sex with their son's friends and smoke meth?
Busted.
That's it, Mama. I'm gonna do something I should have done a long time ago. Blow your private straight to hell.
I'm okay. It hit Goose in the back of the head.
You know, that's the third time that he's tried to blow her private straight to hell. Once.
Now, what was she doing shots of?
Jagermeister.
Oh, Jagermeister.
You're Jagermeister.
One time, when he tried to blow her privates to hell, it ricocheted off her dill. Once, it grazed her taint. And this time it hit Goose in the back of the head.
What, did Goose die?
We don't know. We don't. Unfortunately,
you have to tune in, Greg.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show last night. I hope Goose made it because he was really a central figure to the show.
Now, who was it? Goose and Skeeter?
Skeeter.
Yeah.
Skeeter, yeah.
It's Fuel's buddies.
Skeeter and Goose. And Gilmore Girls. I believe, I don't know if last night was their last episode, but I know their run is coming to an end as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, isn't this Marco?
I think so. I don't remember very well. So let's
get those
just
characters mixed up on those shows.
Let's see how the Gilmore Girls are doing as they end their reign.
Tonight on a very final Gilmore Girls.
Hey, Gilmore Girls!
Yes, Monica?
Since y'all are twins, I got you the same present.
Thank you, Monica.
You can have it now or wait till Christmas. I don't give a damn.
Well, what do you think we should do, Monica?
Well, let me see. If I was you, I'd take it now.
Why?
Cause
Why?
'Cause AIDS might spoil.
Thank you, Monica.
He is hell-bent on giving him AIDS.
AIDS might spoil.
Isn't that good, Mike?
He turned his mic off.
All right, Morgan, stand up. Let us take a look at you here. Now, she is 19. Stand up over here. Let me get a good look at you. I got to paint a visual picture of you for everyone. Now,
it's a cute dress you're wearing, Morgan.
It is a very cute dress. She got a nice, she's rocking the spaghetti straps. Got a nice sundress look working. She is 19.
Hot. That's a drop.
She is 19. She is quite thin. Sit back down here. Now, how tall are you?
5'3".
5'3"? Mm-hmm. How much you weigh?
About 100 or 105.
Man. You're a bit on the waifish side. You know that?
She's not.
Very petite.
I could crush you.
Yeah, you want to
She's
avoid guys with lummoxitis because they could kill you.
She's not bony or anorexic, Mike.
She's just petite.
She looks proportionate.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, she looks like like she could be a gymnast or something.
You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a very cute girl.
Thank you.
Now you
Yes.
got okay. Go ahead.
She's got brown hair, kind of a maybe some lightish highlights working up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And got kind of a Kira Sedgwick look to her, as we mentioned a little while ago.
And the cutest dimples.
Thank you.
A very cute girl, no doubt about it. All right, Lauren, stand up. Let's take a look at you. Now, you're going to have to walk over here a little bit for us, okay?
You can take those off.
Yeah, you can take those off.
No big deal.
Your headphones, they mean.
Yeah, not your shirt. Lauren.
All right. Now, she is blonde. She is on the thin side herself. In fact, a little more thin than I thought when you first walked in here. I thought there might be a little bit more to you than that, but...
don't worry about it, Lauren.
Little bitty waist, I'll tell you that. Look at that waist. How
Yeah?
small.
Good. That's good.
Lauren,
Right.
you are proportioned perfectly.
Boy, is
Yes,
she
you are.
ever.
You are.
Wow.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
Jeez.
5'2".
She might be a 36, 24,
All right,
36.
sit down over here. We have a few more questions for you. Now, she is a blonde.
I am.
Is it true blonde we got working?
I'd say dirty blonde, but I highlight it.
Sure, we all do.
How much you weigh?
About 106.
She's 24.
Yes.
So that's a little on the high side for what we've normally been attracting here lately.
Which is good.
Which is good.
We need
but it should be on the low side for what we actually have.
We like a median age. 19 is good, 24 is good, but we just don't want strictly one or the other, or mainly strictly teenage.
Yeah.
We need some
Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
We're looking for that good mix. Now, you appear to be rather buxom, I must say.
Here we go.
Okay.
Just answer the question.
It wasn't a question.
I know. What am I supposed to?
No, I'm saying he's getting ready to ask her a question. And just answer it and we'll move on.
Okay.
Well, no, I wasn't going to ask her any questions.
Well, maybe Grego has a question for her.
Are those real?
I got them from my mom.
Okay, that's perfect. So they are real.
So you inherited those.
I did.
All right. That's good.
What's y'all's thoughts on boob jobs? What do you think about it, Lauren?
I think they're fine. I mean,
Did you know people in high school that got it done, or college?
in college,
You did?
not in high school.
Or
Mhm.
do, I guess?
Yeah.
What about you, Morgan? Did you ever know anyone in high school that had that done, like for their 17th birthday or something like that?
I can't say I did.
That's good. That's good, because that's a growing trend out there.
So what do you think about
That's
them?
what I hear.
About boob jobs?
I think they're fine, but I think you should wait till you have kids.
That's smart.
That's a good plan.
Well,
It is.
probably.
I'm going to write that down, because they fall a little bit, don't they?
Yes.
They
Now,
sure
do
do.
kids-
Oh, hell, they
What was that,
stretch out.
Corby?
What'd you say
I'm
to me?
sorry.
What was your
You
point?
had a comment.
I was reading something.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Mike.
Are kids in your immediate future, Morgan, do you think?
No.
Not so much?
Mm-mm.
It's good.
At what age is the proper age to procreate as a woman? As we continue to break this interview down.
I would say like 27.
27?
Older.
Older, yeah. How about you, Lauren?
I think that's a good age.
27?
Yeah.
What's too old to procreate?
32.
Aw.
For me. Just for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, Ann. I would say maybe 45.
It's kind of dried up by then for
Oh,
most.
it's not dried up. Dried up.
What does that
Why
mean?
don't you say barren?
What does that mean exactly?
Just move on.
Next topic.
Dried up. Dried up.
I'm sticking with it.
If we were to buy you because we're going to have to do this. If you're hired, we're going to have to buy you a Ticket Chick bra.
Yeah.
You ever seen those?
They're very handsome.
They're the rage. Everybody
No.
wants one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
Well, then
shoot fire.
I've got to get. Oh,
There's a
might
picture
come in handy.
on each brassiere pad, there's a picture of me and Danny.
Right. That right?
And we shoot fire out of our eyes.
What size would we have to buy you?
32C.
32C.
That is brilliant. The 32.
Yeah.
What size dress do you wear?
0 or 2.
That wasn't the question. That's a little miracle, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Yes, by definition, you're one
You're
of
a little
God's
miracle.
chosen ones.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Are we supposed to vote now, or?
I think we need to caucus on this a little bit.
Yeah. We normally we don't have this thing like nailed down as far as how we vote or anything, but you'll hear from someone
soon
in less than 12 hours. So keep your phone on you.
Yes, keep your phones on alert.
Okay.
Will do.
I'll need your emails, MySpace page, cell phone numbers.
Are you guys
and
big on that
address.
MySpace?
Oh, yeah. Right. That's how I contacted you guys. Groobs got back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Groobs has been
Groobs?
involved in this?
Yes.
Groobs?
How are you involved? Are you like the host of our Ticket MySpace page, or is this your own personal page?
Me and Danny check
well,
it out.
no, it's you. I don't even
Yeah,
mess with it anymore.
That hadn't been checked in about 4 months when I logged into it a couple.
It took you guys a while to get back with me, but
Don't worry about that.
That's the Hardline way.
All right, well, very good, girls. Thank you very much for coming in. Very nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet
and
you.
as we
Thank
say,
you.
you just keep your phones at the ready here.
Keep it on vibrate.
Right, keep it on vibrate.
In your
as
pocket.
It should be. Friday night, as I made known ahead of time, I was going to make my way to the Meyerson to see Burt Bacharach, the legendary pop composer, as he plied his craft there. Now, this was completely wife-driven, because I've had a chance to see Burt Bacharach before and passed in favor of Seattle Storm basketball. And I thought that was a good decision at the time.
Who are the Seattle Storm?
WNBA.
Good God. Your life is horrible.
Mike Reiner.
Well, it wasn't that bad. Get to see the great Sue Bird.
Get over her.
Hey, she'll be on nicepiece.com.
Great.
So Burt Bacharach comes rolling through at the Meyerson the other night, and my wife goes off and gets tickets and says she wants to go, and she wants me to go with her, and it's like, oh, God, do I have to? And finally, I agreed to go. I said, okay, we'll go.
Did you have to get all gussied up?
Yeah, I had to dress nice. I had to get in a uniform.
I saw this firsthand, actually.
Yes.
What'd you have to wear? Slacks?
Yeah.
You know where he did it at?
No.
First floor men's room.
What were you doing in there?
I went in there to go potty. I was working out and went in to go potty. And there's Mike standing in there in his man tees.
Big fart. So I get dressed up and we go over there to the Meyerson. And boy, that Meyerson is just wonderful.
Never been in there.
Dude, you don't know what you're missing.
Okay, but what would be playing that would lead me to go there?
It doesn't matter. You need to see it.
You ever been in there?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, he has.
For what, Cher?
No, Cher doesn't play the Meyerson.
I once saw the Beatles last year, that
Oh, that's
Magical
right.
Mystery Tour.
Yeah.
That was terrific.
Well, we get in there, and I had big questions about this because I didn't know what Burt Bacharach was going to do exactly. I knew he was playing with the symphony, but, I mean, when you think of his songs, you think of somebody else singing them, not him.
And I just didn't know how all that was going to shake out. But he had the symphony up there, and he also had a core of players that traveled with him. And 3 of them were singers. 2 girls and a guy, and they did most of it. He kind of croaked his way through a few tunes, but they did most of it.
So when he goes to these different towns and plays with the symphony, basically he sends them the sheet music in advance and they learn it.
Yeah.
And then he just shows up and maybe they'll have a rehearsal.
Maybe.
A quick run through.
That must be what it is.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, I'll tell you.
Need to start doing that.
It took me a grand total of 2 songs to get fully on board with this thing. And when I say fully on board, I mean totally into it. There was no fidgeting. There was no rolling of the eyes. There was no checking the watch every 3 minutes. There was no put upon size. It was wonderful.
How many songs, Corby, do you think it would have taken before you hit REM sleep?
Before I'm checking my pant pockets for spare weed that may have been left in there throughout the years. I don't think that I would have.
I don't see how you could have possibly not liked this. I don't see how anybody could have possibly not liked it.
I don't like it when they roll in singers that I don't know.
What if the singers are good?
Doesn't matter. I'm there to see Burt Bacharach, and him hammering away on a piano is not enough for me. I need to see him sing.
Or have the feature the singers that actually made the songs famous.
Right. If he could roll in
Dionne Warwick.
That's pretty unrealistic.
Right.
This was all about the songs.
All right, what songs did you hear? What did he open up with?
He opened up with my 2 favorite songs of all of his, I guess, which were Don't Make Me Over and Walk On By. He opened up with a medley of, I don't know, probably 8, 9, 10 of his big hits, where he would do like a verse or 2 and a chorus of each one, and then move on to the next one.
So I don't know any of those songs that you just named. Those 2 songs.
Walk on by.
Who did them?
Dionne Warwick.
He is great.
I know. I understand how great that guy is and all the songs that he's written, but I'm just not too into the songwriter unless he's got the people that he farmed the songs out to singing them, like Danny said.
What if the people that he got to sing them sounded a lot like him?
So they have a chick that sounded like Dionne Warwick?
Well, I don't know if she sounded like Dionne Warwick, but she was darn good. Both of the chicks were. You didn't miss it, really. I mean, it was all about the songs. It was not really about the singers. It was about the songs.
Oh, dear.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where he falls on this. And we're joined by Dunham and Miller. Yeah. Greetings. Hey there.
Hey, I hate that I missed this. I had the Sun Belt Conference Tournament Friday night. I had the Coppell Gala Saturday night. And I had that Volvo of Dallas fundraiser deal on Thursday night. Otherwise, I would have been there one of the nights. I think he is the greatest.
Why?
I don't know, those songs like Walk On By and did he play
Hey, I'm telling you right now.
I Need Your Love?
Yeah. This guy's in love with you.
I Need Your Love. You know, you guys did.
Now, he even sang that.
Wait a minute. What's I Need Your Love? Is that the Everly
I need
this
your
guy.
love.
This guy's in
Well, hang on, George. Hang on. Let Ryder sing this.
You know, this guy's in love with you. Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know that song.
Yeah,
By Herb Alpert?
You've heard it a million times.
Now, I do have some support here from someone else that was here, and he is to my immediate left. He is the Hammer.
You were there?
I was there.
Oh, man. I'm so jealous.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, I love Burt Bacharach.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, one of the best shows I've been to.
Did you know you were going?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say anything?
Didn't want to.
Yeah. Did you bump into him?
He'll announce a million
I saw him
concerts
after it was
that he
over.
won't go to.
Right.
And the one that he finally shows up at, he doesn't say a word about.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, that's such a great, and I had horrible seats, but it didn't matter.